everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I decided to do a little bit more of a fun and lighthearted video. I suppose my others on my channel are also fun and lighthearted, but they're like 30 minutes long. So this is my attempt at a 5-minute video to be a little bit more palatable for people just looking to hear about some of my travels just in general and don't need the ultra specific details. This channel is really dedicated to my travel experiences and my study abroad and how I was able to make that work. And one of my favorite traditions for myself whenever I experience something significant is getting a new tattoo. I've only had 4, but I'm working on doing 2 patchwork adventure sleeves. I'm gonna call them my passport patchwork sleeves because they're all my different adventures. So it's just kind of nerdy, but I think it's very fun. So today I'm just gonna give a tattoo tour and link all my artists and studios that I've used. And tell some of my stories that come with them. So without further ado, I'll go in order of which tattoos I got first. Let's get into it. Okay, so the first tattoo I got is these rock cairns, and it's gonna have a hard time focusing because the camera's looking for my face, so I'm just gonna have pictures of these as well. But these are rock cairns in Iceland, right by the airport. These are called the Bone Women, and they were erected during the Viking Age, Viking Ages of Iceland, and they are a triple meaning for me. 1, just because it represents my time in Iceland. 2, I was doing geological research out there, so bone women, rock cairns, so rocks. And then 3 is they're called the Bone Women, and they've withstanded all this Icelandic weather of ice and lava. So they're resilient women, so it's a feminist tattoo as well. But I'll have reference picture and the actual picture of me with my tattoo up as well. And I'll try to get a good shot in here. Okay, that one's pretty good. You can see the shading is absolutely excellent on this one. My mom and I both went in together in Iceland. We both got tattoos, and we used Aria and Reykjavik at Valkyrie Tattoo Studio. And she now lives in Poland, so I'll also link her studio in Poland. So if you really like her work, I'll show some of her work as well. I'll link her Instagram. She's really cool. But yeah, that way you can go see her. We walked into that studio and they were playing Taylor Swift, and my mom and I were like, yeah, we're in the right place. It was the Reputation album on top of that. They were playing Delicate, so like you can't really get any better get a better first tattoo experience than walking in and having Taylor Swift playing. But Aria was wonderful. She was super fun. We got a bunch of her stickers. She's a really cool girl. She's like my age, which I think is always more fun to get tattooed by people that you like can associate with and talk to. So that was number 1. My second tattoo I got back in February, and let's see if I can get it to focus. Maybe not. Let's see. Again, if not, I'll have pictures. Oh, kind of got there. Maybe it'll be better if I just do this. Yeah, but these are called the Sverdifjell. They exist in Stavanger in Norway. Sverdifjell means like sword and stone, or sword and rock, coastal rock. And it represents the unification of Norway. So after the war to unite Norway, they put the swords in the stone as a way to say, we're gonna be peaceful now, and we're gonna live very peacefully with each other, and very Norwegian, because they are all very cool to each other here. Very inclusive country. So this one really represents the culture behind Norway for me, but also it's kind of like a peaceful tattoo. I like having multiple meanings within my tattoos. I used Mashek at Studio 55 in Kristiansand, so I went to Stavanger and then came back and got it in Kristiansand. Again, a wonderful experience. We talked about punk rock and black metal in Norway for basically the whole time because I could tell he was pretty badass from walking in, and I was like, if there's someone to ask about the local black metal culture, it's gonna be this guy. And he was great. We had a great time, and he really gave me like exactly what I wanted. Came in and he had the perfect sketch ready to go, and just overall great experience. So if you're in Kristiansand still, if you're watching this video and you're also an exchange student and looking to get a tattoo, I definitely recommend Mashik. So that was an amazing experience. My third one I got in Spain, and I got this after backpacking the Camino de Santiago, which I have a whole separate video about if you're interested in that. But basically I backpacked 116 kilometers, came in by myself, obviously met friends along the way, but was a solo trip overall. And it was really significant for me, for my physical endurance, for my mental capacity, my emotional capacity. So I knew I wanted to get something tattooed about that experience. So I went to Ethan Clay Tattoo Studio and I got the logo, if it'll please focus, of the Camino done. There we go. It was just a walk-in, so I don't remember exactly the artist that I used, but I did use Ethan Clay's Tattoo Studio. They had a bunch of Camino like flash work out that I was able to pick from. This is the only tattoo where I didn't work with the artist in advance about design. But it was only 40 euros, which I think is great. They had deals going on for the pilgrims that were walking the Camino. And yeah, I mean, I was out of there in like 15 minutes. Like, we picked it, put the design on my arm, and I was out of there. So it was very easy, very cheap, which honestly couldn't really ask for anything more for this sort of design after backpacking for 116 kilometers. There are a lot of shops around Santiago, so definitely feel free to explore there. I didn't really do too much research beforehand. I just talked to one of the pilgrims that was walking that had something tattooed from the Camino from a previous pilgrimage, and she told me Ethan Clay is where she got her last one. So I was like, cool, we doing it. So then, yeah, that's my third one. My fourth and most recent is my most colorful and most like vibrant one. This one is the Northern Lights. It's very fresh. I got it 4 days ago. Get a little bit closer for you. And I'll also post the fresh version as well. But I got the Northern Lights, and I'll post my reference picture so you can see what I actually saw and how accurate this is to literally exactly what I saw. But I used Frida in Oslo at Attitude Tattoo Studio, and her work with color is just incredible, which is why I picked her to do the lights. But she, again, incredible experience. She's like my age, so we got to talk a lot during the session, and it was really fun. But I don't know what I was gonna say about this one. It's just very slay. I had a great time. It's 4 days fresh, so she's still healing. But I literally love it so much. And these little stars, I don't know if you can see, we did little stars. Sorry guys, it's like looking for my face. But these stars I think are awesome. And I think what I'm gonna do is use them as a filler when I get more patchwork done. So that way it's not just like there's a lot of empty space throughout my arm as I get more done. I think once I get to a point where my sleeves are pretty full and I have little tiny bits of space between tattoos, I think that's what I'm gonna use, and I'm gonna use these as a reference. But yeah, highly recommend Frida. Very incredible work. So those are my 4 tattoos I've gotten so far on my arms. And one day I'll come back and make a video and I'll have full sleeves and we'll do this again, and it'll be longer than 5 minutes. But thank you guys for watching. I'll make sure I have all those pictures in and all those studios and artists linked for this video so you can use them if you're ever in Norway or Iceland or Spain as well. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you. Have a good day.